a little bit, why do we have these three segments and why do we focus? Mainly because different customers have different needs and expectations of us. Now we are, on the R&D side, we are trying to make sure that we are spending our R&D dollars on technologies that can be utilized over different segments. But then on the customer-facing side, we need to have focus to make sure that we are satisfying the needs and the problems of the customer in that area. And for the stadium and in-venue guys, it's, as we wrote here, the synchronization and control of multiple screens, as we said, driving all those screens in the stadium, real-time virtualization of external sources and data, large resolution screens that you would never see in a broadcast environment, as an example, maybe in a studio, but not in the broadcast playout. Yeah, and so forth. And maybe the last point, which is maybe the most important one, that all these pretty amazing and advanced technology is often driven by freelancers that might not be the most advanced ones. And therefore, we really need to have, the ease of use needs to be at absolute peak, because they are supposed to deliver a fantastic output with the softwares that we are providing them with. So that said, we'll a little bit time back to what I said about common core R&D. So what we've done is that we've taken all the best features and functionalities from the ClickFX ecosystem, Blaze and Crossfire, and that functionality that is installed in over 1,100 stadiums all over the world, and we paired that with the backend from the Prime graphic systems, which is probably the most powerful system out there now that we launched last year. And together, we put them together in a new product called ClickFX Prime, which have fantastic capabilities, meeting all those requirements from the last slide. And it's, so as I said, it's the next generation of the ClickFX product family. We are not changing anything in terms of how it's, the look and feel and the user interface, but we are adding to all these new installations and hopefully all the new customers that we will be signing up during these 4 days in the coming months. We are adding much more resource and capability to the product for them to use. So it's, as I said, it's fully compatible backwards with the Blaze and the Crossfires. It's the same powerful familiar user interface and experience. And it's, the template, the graphics template capabilities from our normal graphic systems we now take into the ClickFX family capabilities, which is fantastic and something that customers have really been wanting, 4K capabilities and so forth. And also it's compatible with Live Assist panels, which is a new product that we're talking about a little bit later. Yes. I think I've touched a little bit on all these things as well, but it's all about 4K in and out. All the words for stadiums, a lot of is about the various resolutions. It's, I think, Jesper, how many pixels is now we can support? It's like 30 million or 80 million, or
it's way enough.
It's we can play out so many pixels. So I think no one will really want us to play out more in a while, at least, that's for sure. So so we are super excited about this product. It will be, both in terms of pricing, capability, and so forth, the fantastic product for the in-stadium or in-venue stadium guys to deploy into, for them to make sure that they can provide the absolute best experience for their visitors in the stadiums.
So we just announced that press release is going out after this when we wrap up here, that's gonna be distributed. So we're really excited about how take that product and show it here at NAB. It's incredibly powerful, and it's ticks many of the boxes for customers in that segment. We want to shift back to the broadcast segment here, or fairly generic, but we're going to talk a bit about virtualization. If you sort of Google industry buzzwords, it's been a lot about IP and but now lots of people are talking about virtualizations. And I would like to spend some time around this to just explain to you why we think this is actually incredibly important. Just rewind the tape even further. It's been around for quite some time. We started to talk about virtual server concepts already in the 60s. Outside of the broadcasting industry, this is, it's not science. Everybody's using, when applicable, they are using virtualized servers for, websites or hosting streaming services, what have you. So, Why is this not a reality for broadcasters? Because there are obviously, there's so many things that I think we should be able to benefit from. The ability to scale up and down, redundancies, fairly simple. It's just, software setup, duplicate, boom, and you have 2 running ecosystems. And maybe the biggest thing of them all is, you can scale up and scale down. You don't need to invest hardware to serve, peak usage. If you are building a new studio or an Obi truck today, you're thinking, what is the total maximum number of inputs I need? Well, it's 200. I'm going to have a 250 input switcher then, just to be sure. That's what people do. But that's not really perfect. It's not really giving. There might be that you never ever use all that power and inputs and infrastructure that you invest a lot of money into. It would be nice to scale up and down. And if you are in a virtualized server environment, that's exactly what you can do. So why is this not the reality for broadcasters yet? We think this is actually happening. It's not that far away. It's here now. But it's not, it's not easy. We've taken quite a few steps to get where we are today. First, everything needs to be software. You can't take a hardware switcher and try to move it into the Amazon cloud. It's going to be tricky. So, we've gone through a couple of milestones at Carnegie that is incredibly important. We acquired a company called Vidigo some years ago, and they have a component being a software-based switching environment. Incredibly important. Last year, we tied all the bits and pieces around news production together into the Cameo Universe concept, where a producer and journalist from within the newsroom environment can basically create, produce, and play out an entire end-to-end news production. And we've made sure that all our products are running without any hardware dependencies. So we've gone all software. It's very important. Then you need to make sure that those softwares can share video. So if everything is running inside a server stack, there are no BNCs. We need to share the video. So yeah, IP video needs to be a reality. There's still a lot of things going on around IP, and standardization is not really going as fast as we all probably want. But 2110 around the corner, it's really happening now. The other thing that's incredibly important to solve is the ability to preview and monitor video. So you have all these bits and pieces, components running in the server stack. You need to make sure that operators can access video and preview things. So we've invested heavily into making sure that we can take video from within a virtualized service stack, bring it into a browser with an extremely low latency, stream it into a browser so that you can monitor and watch and preview your videos. So using IP to share the video in between the different components, and we have the ability to preview videos. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is then to start using standardized IT instead of bespoke created hardware boxes. We've done quite a few things here. At IBC last year, we did have a technology showcase together with Cisco where we were running a software-based switcher. We did a couple of channels of graphics running inside on the Cisco booth on their infrastructure, on their server stack. They have virtualized server technology that's amazing, and we did that. We're taking this even further this year. I'm going to talk a bit more about it. And milestone 2 is that we are, for NEB now, introducing the VPX platform. That announcement was sent out a week ago, and we're really excited about that. I'm going to talk more about it just in a minute. So, back to the benefits. Why is this relevant and important? For many reasons. Number 1, agility and utilization. So, let's say you have invested into your server stack. It could be ground-based or cloud-based or a combination. Inside that server stack, you can basically cherry-pick your apps, combine them into these workflows. Maybe one day you're doing news production and our end-to-end Cameo Universe sits and runs inside. It's perfect. Maybe you need to have a render farm to render some graphics for files. Let's spin up 5 instances of Lyric instead. And third day you do something around sports, and then you need another set of components. That is what you can do. And that's huge. Utilization. Redundancy, scalability, obviously very relevant as well. Maybe you want to duplicate your setup. It's copy-paste, literally. Maybe you want to expand performance. You want to add more users. You can grow the server stack. So you can expand both in terms of number of channels, or you can expand the server stack to get you more performance. These are all technologies that sort of comes with it. And of course, if you can reduce space and power consumptions, it's a great thing. At the end of the day, this is going to be good for the customers. So that's why we really are excited bringing the VPX platform to NAB. So what is it? It is a powerful ground-based, this is important, production server for hosting these virtualized production environments or virtual production workflows. So we've taken a box. Yes, it's a box. It's a computer running virtualized server technology. We have the VPX wrapper around it, and we can run the Cameo universe there. We can do the multiple installations of or multiple instances of a graphics engine for doing rendering, tasks, etc. We can close it down and just spin up a sports production setup. It's here. It's now. It's on display. This is not rocket science anymore. It's here. And this is incredibly important. We're super happy to be shortlisted by the IABM for the Game Changer Award, so fingers crossed, Tuesday. And we have the, as I mentioned before, the ultra-low latency previews is incredibly important. We're distributing IP internally, of course. And as I said, it's here, it's working. So it's not rocket science anymore. We're also going to continue what we're doing together with Cisco. So if we had a sort of a proof of concept or more of a technology demonstration or technology showcase at IBC last year, we're taking it yet another step and running the entire Cameo universe on the server stack that Cisco provides. So that's an option to the VPX platform. And the setup we have here is actually quite interesting. So we're running the all the bits and pieces of the Cameo universe, those pieces of software, is running on the Cisco booth. We have a fiber, and we literally have just a laptop on our booth hooked up to the network over fiber, and you can do anything. You can take up your phone, hook up on a VPN connection, and you can control everything. It's sort of a very interesting way of doing remote productions. But, it's all available there. So that's an incredible, powerful demo as well, and we're super excited about the cooperation that we have with Cisco going on. Another product that we are introducing this year at NAB is a product called Live Assist Panels. One of the things that Rjohan highlighted in the beginning when we talked about the arenas is the need for easy-to-use interfaces, to be able to create a user that ties together multiple machines, and you can create a user interface that, where you only can do what you need to do. A very good friend of mine has this great analogy saying, if you look on a switcher during a live production and it has 500 buttons, 499 is the wrong one to press, which is actually pretty true. So quite often there is a need to create a custom UI where you only can do what you're supposed to do. Super important if the operator is freelancer or not a super experienced one, which is actually quite common. So we are introducing Live Assist Panels to address these needs. It's a platform where you can create, design, custom user interface. You can take your buttons, you can move things around and really design yourself a nice looking UI. Cool thing is that everything runs in a browser-based environment. It means, you can share it, you can be multi-user, all these things at the same time. You can distribute your UIs on any network, on any office infrastructure. It's incredibly easy to scale up and scale down. Another thing that's really interesting is the ability to also add video feeds into Live Assist Panels. Why is that? This is a control user interface. Yes, exactly, it's a control user interface. Of course, you need to be able to preview stuff. So we can hook up multiple incoming video feeds into Live Assist Panels. You build your UIs, and you can add your video windows or your video previews into your designs. Still in a browser-based environment, still with extremely low latency, using the same ultra-low latency technology that we've developed also for the VPX platform. It's the same component. So, you can create a user interface looking like this, where you, from a stadium, can control your scoring, you can control the entire production, you get ultra-low latency previews into your browser windows. You can do it on a computer, you can do it on a tablet, you can do it on your phone, if you want to. I'm not saying a phone is the best user interface to drive production, but it's actually pretty cool when you see it. So, we think this is a very important part of our product portfolio. Live Assist panels support all our products. It integrates natively to all our products that we have today. We also have third-party integration to Grass Valley and Sony switchers, because that's important when you tie things together, and people, they might prefer to work with a Grass Valley switcher once in a while. So, we're tying all these things together. So for the arena space, this is huge. Tying controlling all these pieces of technology into unified, easy-to-use interface. But there are lots of other applications where it makes a lot of sense. And on display here at NAB, we're going to have Live Assist panels controlling many, many things. One example is we have you should see it. It's going to be great. We have a green screen area where we are, doing virtual studio showcase, and we have a presenter has his tablet controlling everything with with low latency previews, totally interactive. Same thing. That's going to be powered by Live Assist panels. So there are so many use cases for this product. So we're really excited about it. I did mention that Live Assist panels integrates not only with our products, but also with Sony and Grass Valley switchers. So on display, so what we've done is that we've created a new interface or a plugin where our products, like a bridge in between Sony and Grass Valley switchers and our products. So we can do really nice and tight integrations with our products, such as Lyric and Prime and the ClickEffects products with Grass Valley and Sony. That's going to be on display on both Grass Valley and Sony's booths, just how everything comes together. Because the user experience and how it's being integrated is, it's incredibly important. So a lot of things, and then of course, there's a major update on any product. All the products that we have new updates and new versions being on display, but we only have 45 minutes, and we had to pick a few to talk about, but there's a lot of more stuff. So stop by South Lower 1210 and see it for yourself. Rjohan, you want to wrap up and talk a bit about the sports technology segment?
Yeah, usually sports get a larger portion of what we're talking about, but we are more excited about the other stuff today. Just a brief wrap up on this. So we're super happy to, the press release went out I think a week or two ago. We've re-signed both the Premier League and the Bundesliga, who are probably, the Spaniards will be angry with me, but the two biggest soccer leagues in the world. And which means that we have now, with both England, Spain and Germany, we have re-signed those three leagues again, showing the confidence that all these big leagues are putting on us to provide millions of data points of tracking data from every game in these leagues, both first and second divisions. And then we have all the other fantastic leagues at the bottom that we're also working with. So I think that's it.